Carla Christopher, the assistant to the bishop in charge of Justice Ministries for Lower Susquehanna Synod, part of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America, or ELCA. This series, Train in 10, is where regional or national experts answer your questions about Justice Ministries in 10 minutes or less. And today's question is, what is the Commemoration Day of the Emanuel 9? And how are we called to celebrate it as congregation or church? Well, the Commemoration of the Emanuel 9 came out of the 2019 ELCA Churchwide Assembly, where voting members adopted a resolution designating June 17th as a commemoration of the martyrdom of the Emanuel 9. That was 9 individuals who were shot and killed on June 17th in 2015 during a Bible study at Mother Emanuel, or Emanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church, one of the oldest historically Black congregations in Charleston, South Carolina, and the country. There are many references developed by the ELCA that can be found at elca.org/Emanuel9, EMANUELNINE. But what exactly happened that day? And why is it something that we, as members of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America, are called to commemorate? Well, we had a great deal of relationship with what occurred that day. The shooter, the man who was welcomed into the congregation, the church building, and the Bible study with open doors, hearts, and minds, was a confirmed ELCA Lutheran. However, 2 of the individuals who died that day, Pastors Pinckney and Simmons, were also both graduates of the Lutheran Theological Southern Seminary, educated in the ELCA tradition, and beloved partners in ministry, using that knowledge and experience to enrich historically African descent communities and congregations. Because of our connection, the accountability we have for the individual who was part of committing these horrible crimes, a member of our own denomination, and also out of the care and partnership and deep love that we have for our partners who are among the African descent congregational community, we remember those who died, and we commit to doing the work to end gun violence, to end the pain and threat against congregations that's caused by such violence, and to do the support, the trauma work, the healing, and the advocacy to prevent such tragedy from ever happening again. We remember their names: Clementa C. Pinckney, Cynthia Marie Graham Hurd, Susie Jackson, Ethel Lee Lance, DePayne Middleton Doctor, Tywanza Sanders, Daniel Lee Simmons, Sharonda Coleman Singleton, Myra Thompson, each murdered by a self-professed white supremacist while gathered for prayer. We are very proud and honored to be part of the tradition that lifts up this resolution to commemorate June 17th as a day of repentance for the martyrdom of the Emanuel 9, and as a day of commitment to the work to end violence and racism, sins which continue to plague the church. We also venerate the martyrdom of the Emanuel 9 and are called by this church-wide resolution and by our faith to mark this day with penitence, study, and prayer. Many congregations hold worship services, memorial services, evenings in partnership with historically Black congregations or historically Black or African descent serving groups in their communities, which is incredibly appropriate. Others hold times of vigil, candle lighting, and prayer and memorial. Others make donations to Mother Emanuel or to local African descent congregations or ministries, or participate actively in service that support and uplift outreach to African descent communities. All of these are incredibly powerful and faithful ways to remember the Emanuel 9, to honor their ministry of hospitality, prayer, biblical study, and evangelism and connection to their community, uplifting the African descent tradition and also the biblical tradition of love and care for all people. Thanks for joining me for this Train in 10, and I wrap you in prayer and blessing this June 17th as we remember and honor the spirit and legacy of the Emanuel 9 together.